Here with Greco-Roman developmental coach Ike Anderson, preparing for the University World Championships. And Ike, pretty interesting team we got. Got a young team, very seasoned in Greco-Roman, very diverse. Couple camps. What are your thoughts as far as from a developmental standpoint, where the university team's gonna feel?
You mean how they're gonna? We should do okay. We have a couple of veterans, as you pointed out, that we have a few young guys. It's a diverse team, showing that we're developing a bunch of guys. I think we have two collegiate guys on the team. We have three guys from Northern Michigan, and one guy from the Colorado Springs resident program. So you're looking pretty good there. All the programs are being represented, and I think the guys that are in either the resident program here in Colorado Springs or the one up in Northern Michigan are the ones that we're probably going to be looking to do the most damage with.
The two guys you allude to that aren't making their real first impact on the University World Team, Gerard Trice from Central Michigan and Liberty University assistant coach Joe Kemmerer. Trice won both styles at universities back in April. Coming back, didn't win either of them at the university trials, but still on the team. What do you think about Gerard Trice and he's fairly dynamic as a heavyweight?
Yeah, I kind of like the young man. He has a lot of heart. He'll try. At least I know that he's going to go out there and really try to out-wrestle the guy. He may throw himself to his back a few times, but, I can live with a young guy trying to wrestle. When Gerard came out trying out for the team, he ran into, in freestyle, a pretty seasonal guy. And then in Greco, we threw one of the residents here, Brandon Rupp, who was supposed to be in school at the time, now going in the Army, beat him. And Rupp was, third on national team this year and second on national team last year at the heavyweight. So we were looking pretty good there until he didn't meet all the qualifications.
Well, we got a ton of Northern Michigan current wrestlers and alums. Max Nowry's still up there, and guys like Kerry Regner, Aaron Briggs, Talon Knox all come through. A couple of them are down here now. Also, Zach Nielsen, one of the residents, Minnesota Storm. What are you looking for as far as a university world team? It's a world championship, but from a developmental standpoint, what is this going to do for Steve Frazier and the senior level circuit? What do you look for? Obviously, winning it'd be one of them, but maybe for the future development, depth in the ladder. What are we looking for?
What are we looking for in the tournament performance of guys competing? As you pointed out, Max Norrie's been on the junior world team, and this is a good step for him because he's going to maybe wrestle some of the same guys that were at the junior worlds, but he's going to learn to compete. And Zach Nielsen, Aaron Briggs, Kerry Regner, all guys that are right now, 4-5. And what we have to get out of these guys is that they have to learn to wrestle wrestling the best guys in the world at a high level and act like they've been there before. If Kerry Regner or Aaron Briggs makes their first world team for Coach Frazier on the senior level and never been in any events, they go there like as they say, with a deer in the headlight. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give as many kids opportunities to get on world teams, compete, so that when they do make their first senior world team, they're not shocked and awe of wrestling Iran, Turkey, Russia, Azerbaijan. They're like, oh, I wrestled that guy 2 years ago in the University Worlds, and he puts on his shoes just like I do. Too many times we take young guys to the World Championships the first time they've seen a Russian or, a Turk, and it's like they in all of them. And it's like the guy puts his shoes on just like you do.
In terms of developmental standpoint, what are the techniques that you're focusing on without giving too much away to our foreign combatants? But in terms, is it more lifts? Is it more parterre work? Is it more on the feet? What from the developmental standpoint do you work on to try to get our wrestlers ready for that senior circuit?
Okay, what I'm working on with these guys, especially these guys that are here and at Northern Michigan that are going to go to this university, what we're working on is that we're trying to get to where we've got great fight on our feet, meaning that we're trying to get to the body and get 1 point scoring. If you take anyone, for example, Joe Warren was here, and when I took him to the Worlds, that's what we worked on. And then, 4 years later, Joe Warren was like taking everybody down. The other thing that we're working on is learning to turn or lift our opponents. And that's what we're going to work on here again, development at the University Worlds is if we can't gut wrench you, we're going to pick you up and throw you for 1 point. And then obviously all the time we're working on can we stop the best gut wrench guy in the world, meaning a Russian that we're going to have to go down to parterre. We want to make sure that we're developing a great parterre defense. And this is what the World Championship, University World Championship gives us an opportunity to work on.
As far as getting into Greco-Roman, what type of wrestlers that may be coming out of the college game or moving through Northern Michigan or Boise or here at the resident program, what type of tools or mindset does a wrestler need to have to basically participate and focus on Greco-Roman?
Well, the mindset that they have is that they have to have the mindset of, working on specific parterre defense or specific coming up with one lift that they can do on anyone. And on their feet, they just got to learn how to battle, learn how to not let other guys execute techniques on them. And, if I was looking at a prototype wrestler, Greco-Roman wrestler, I tell you what, I'll take the athletic guy any day. A guy who's athletic. If he can play soccer, run, gymnastics, I can teach him how to arm throw. I can teach him how to gut wrench. But he's got to be athletic enough sometimes to stay out of certain situation or wrestle out of them. And we'll use that. I love a motto of Harry Lester or Kendrick Sanderson or Spencer Mango. They're athletic. And it seems like that's the way Greco-Roman wrestling is developing towards. You take a very athletic guy and you teach him 1 or 2 moves, this guy can go up the ladder real quick.